the 200, can we see something mind-blowing?
I think he asked a question in the beginning. So I don't think that there will be a world record. Let me put it on the table. So there won't be any world record coming, but definitely to compete at my best.
Final question now, please. Rough Athletics is paying its full.
Radio show in the stands, and we hope that you will stay with us as we delve into some issues in regards to sports business tonight.
Yeah, of course, tonight is a big sports business night, and we'll have different topics that we discuss at different nights,
Theme nights,
different theme nights. So that definitely is coming, and tonight is going to be the night that we discuss sports business, or the business of sports. But definitely want to start off with a bit of news, Rain. Of course, we can't leave out a bit of what's going on in the world of sports. And one of my first things in terms of the news, Rain, is Shericka Jackson pulling out of the 100 meters in the Paris Olympics this year. That's a real, big shocker.
You're running the 200, you just said it. What can we expect from Shericka Jackson in the 200? Could we possibly be looking at a new world record? A new Olympic record, potentially?
With all honesty, I don't think there's a world record coming, but that's funny. Definitely, I don't think there's a world record coming.
How things are since Hungary, because you see you struggling in the end of the race. Could you tell us a bit more?
Come again?
After Hungary, the Hungary meet, so end of the race was complicated. Could you tell us a bit more how you're physically feeling? Is it injury or just are you okay?
I'm okay. I had a slight cramp in Hungary, and right now I'm okay.
And the 100 decision is for more focus or to more rest before it?
I think the decision is just to protect my body. As I said, for the last 3 years I've been competing in both events, and I think it's a combination of both, just focusing on one event and what happened in Hungary. So it's a combination of both.
Shericka, I've got a question about Tori Lewis from Australia. I'm not sure if you've raced her. The one who beat Carri Richardson in the Diamond League recently. 19-year-old up and coming. What are your thoughts on her ability?
With all honesty, I don't know her, and I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. I'm sorry.
Sure, there's a lot of talk about the rivalry between Jamaica and the US. How do you see it, and how do you see your rivals coming into this?
With all honesty, I think I have seen Jamaica rivalry for the longest. I've been watching them since 2008. So it's something that continues. It's not just about one or two persons. About when you line up, it's 8 persons, or it's not just Jamaica against the US, or it's 8 persons in a 100. And all of them is competing. So I know there's a rivalry, because as I said, it's been happening since 2008 when I start watching the Olympic Games and leading up. So I don't think it's just 2 countries.
Do you feel more at peace now that you've gotten the hard part out of the way, so that you're seeing it is coming on the 200?
What was the hard part?
To make the decision to concentrate on the 200.
Was it a hard part?
What was it?
Oh, you're asking or you're telling me?
I was asking.
I just want to know.
Yeah, do you feel more at peace now that you've made the decision?
I'm always at peace. As I said, you have to make decision that's best for your body and your mind and your soul. And I think I'm okay with the decision Coach and I made.
Shericka, what would winning gold at this Olympics mean for you?
It will means a lot. As I said, I don't have an Olympic gold medal, individual medal. Let me be clear. So I think it would be definitely be good.
You had so many Olympic experience, 400, 200, 100, 4x4. What do you expect from Paris? A new experience it is for you, new games. So what do you expect after all your experiences you had before?
just to have fun, it's always the same, whether it's an Olympic or a World Championship where you always want to keep your goal the same. So it's just to stay focused and have fun while doing it.
You'll be running on a purple track. How do you feel about that? Pretty crazy.
I feel excited. Purple is my favorite color, so I'm definitely excited.
Now that you're focusing on the 200, can we see something mind-blowing?
I think he asked a question in the beginning. So I don't think that there will be a world record. Let me put it on the table. So there won't be any world record coming, but definitely to compete at Abyss.
Final question now, please.
World Athletics is paying its gold medalists at this meet, of course.
Come again?
World Athletics is the first federation that this Olympics to pay the gold medalists bonuses for winning. They were the first 50,000 US. I'm curious, do athletes have a reaction about that? That happened in April, they announced it. Do athletes talk about that? Would you like to see more investment in World Athletics in other areas of the sport?
Oh, I wasn't aware, sorry. I wasn't aware of that, sorry.
You didn't know that they were going to pay gold
No,
medalists
I
this
know
Olympics?
World Championship pays.
This is Olympics.
But I don't know about Olympics.
Sharika, just how have you been able to balance kind of the ups and downs of the season, but still make sure you're ready for this week?
It's something that, as I said, your coach and you balance. We have a good staff at MVP where we put in place recovery and everything, and I think to have highs and lows, it's part of the sport. And as I said, it's the staff at MVP is just not it's just not the athlete. I have to just give the entire MVP staff all the glory where recovery is concerned, recovering from being hurt is concerned, just everything is a combination of both, and I think they deserve all the credit.
And that's us done. Thank you so much.
Not that we don't have capable persons, but Sharika was a one of the best formidable opponent to go up against, the Americans and the likes of Carri Richardson, who has been showing good form all season. So, it's a big shocker to me. Well, like some of my friends says, they don't know if it's Sharika pulling out because of the injuries that she has, or she wants to focus on running the world record in the 200 meters. That's my opinion. Personally, I think she wants to go focus on the 200 meter to get the world record. She said she don't want to get the world. She's not thinking of it. But hey, this is athletics, and this is our athletes, sports people. They always be thinking of the best.
Yeah, well, I saw an interview with her today, and she was asked a question similar to what you're saying, and she laughed about it, and then she said no. So let's see in regards to what happens in the 100. I'm looking for Clayton to do something, so that it should be interesting to see exactly who will win that race. Of course, people are saying, of course, it's the American that will take it, but let's see what MVP have up their sleeves, and also let's see what Shelley and Fraser can do.
Yeah, of course. Of the bank and her,
Shelley. As a last hurrah.
Shelley has my money all the time. What else is in the news, Orion?
Will it start? Jamaica has a new head coach. Steve McLaren is his name.
Yeah.
Of course, he replaces the man from Iceland, Hal Grimson, who left to go and coach Ireland.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's interestingly, JFF has named their new coach today. My view on it is that I think obviously it's a tried and tested coach in regards to the club circuit. He does have some international experience with England, which wasn't really successful at all. So I don't know what all the candidates that came to the JFF, but when you're making a decision like this, you want somebody with some level of international experience, even if they're not successful. You could probably work with a resume like that, and also some level of club experience. So let's see how he will do. He has 2 years. We're looking forward to get into the World Cup. The spots are there. He's a qualified coach in every sense of the way. But let's see if the results will go his way in terms of helping Jamaica to qualify for its second World Cup and at the international level, at the senior level.
in looking at some of the information and some of his resume, 63 years old, not a bad age, to be leading a national team like Jamaica, who need persons with experience, person with a level of pedigree in terms of the experience. And as I listened to the Television Jamaica newscast this evening, they spoke about him. And when I hear I think it was the competitions director of competition, Rudolph speak and how they come to be able to nominate him, because they say out of the 40 persons or over 40 persons that they got applications from, he was by far the most qualified person, and what they were looking for. And some of the things that he spoke about is the experience
But
that he came with, and the fact that Jamaica is working on
what
with a lot of English-based players, and he would have known the system that is played in England, and the kind of personalities that we will get when we get the English-based players, to be able to work with them even more better here in Jamaica. I don't know if that is a problem that we had, but they're saying these things as if that he'll be able to satisfy quite a bit of issues that we have had over time with bringing players together from different parts of the world and that kind of a thing, and he would have that kind of pedigree to be able to help them in these areas, but I really think that Jamaica needs something else,
yeah,
like somebody with good strategies
well,
and
well
somebody good.
yeah, obviously, you need a coach with good tactics that can definitely help you when you go up against Mexico, USA, Panama. Also, they're doing good things. Canada. So
Mhm.
I understand why they possibly chose this coach. He might have been the best resume on offer to them based on who applied. As I said, like if you have managed England, that's top of the top.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter for how long, but that's still top of the top.
Mhm.
He wasn't very successful at that, but it he would still have some
The
level of high
experience.
level experience
Mhm.
at that level, and also at the club level, also in regards to from managerial standpoint. So I understand in terms of when they look at his resume, in terms of what was available to them, why they would look at him.
Mhm.
But for me, I think there are some other variables also. I don't think you should select a coach based off you having English-based players in your squad. I don't think
Mhm.
that should be like the be all and end all of it. I think,
Yeah.
as you mentioned, tactics is important, the tactical aspect, and from my perspective, I also think that we should look also to get a lot of our other local talent here to give them that exposure in that squad,
Yeah.
and if there can be a bridge between that, I think we can see a successful Jamaican team than let's say we're going for second division or EPL players. Because I think that connection to Jamaica is also very important, and we
Yeah.
should also always try to make sure that that connection is there. But I wish Steve McLaren all the best. Um, let's see how it works.
Yeah.
There might be
Let's
some
hear it
challenges
work.
for him in terms
I'll,
of
I'll open.
coming
I'll
to
open up.
Jamaica. So let's see.
Yeah, I hope we're not just doing it to sell players, and just remember that we need to get to the World Cup. That is the biggest place that we can sell, that we can showcase players, so that we
So
can
what do
sell
you
them.
mean by sell players?
We always have this
I don't
thing,
know. I
is
don't know
is
how
that
Steve McLaren,
so hold on, making the
but I don't
connection.
know.
Yeah.
I don't know how Steve McLaren will help any club in Jamaica to sell a player.
Well, you never
So
know,
I don't know.
right? You never know.
Not,
You never know, because they're making the connection
I, don't,
with
I think. I
England.
think. I
And
think what would be. I think.
well, I
Yeah,
hear
but
Rudolph speak say a lot of
I
that.
think what.
Him say today on the newscast is that he has a lot of connections in England. So what crossed my mind right away when he says that is that they're trying to connect
Yeah, but
players to clubs in
sell.
England, and
No,
having him
Richard.
on board would definitely help
Yeah,
them,
but yeah.
connecting
Okay.
those dots.
Okay. Well, I'm okay. I hear you, but let's I'm not saying that
there you go.
that can't work hypothetically or not.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying,
one of the
if
things that I'm proud
if
of
if
is he has worked with
I listen to
a
you.
certain person from Manchester United that is in the past that we all revered for years and said, no matter what it is, he always can find a way to win, And when you think of Sir Alex Ferguson, always finding the way to win a game, even when he's down to 10 players, even when he has not gotten the best players in the out of the market, he still found a way, to get the job done. And he had worked with him for a little while, so hey, something might have rub off and things. So I don't know.
I hear you, but this is not Sir Alex Ferguson, though. but what I'm saying,
hey, some kind of experience is good, man. When you get for rub shoulders with some people, at least you must learn something.
Yeah, that's true. But what I'm but this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. In regards to the appointment of the coach, I do wish him all the best.
Of course.
And obviously, I think he can bring something to Jamaica based on the resume he has. Now, in going back to what we were talking about in regards to connecting players, obviously he would be at Man United. He was at Derby. He was at a number of clubs. If a Jamaican player is if he's coaching a Jamaican player at the national level, that could also help possibly if they're looking to get a player into England with a particular club. But even so, there's no there's no straight formula for that. So, but what I'm saying, so if that's their thinking, I wish them all the best with that. But the bottom line is that the decision has been made. He's the coach. We need to support him and give him a warm Jamaica welcome.
Secondly,
obviously we can be hard on our coach.
Second thing to the president had suggested when he was asked about his salary. He said, I can't tell him salary, but I can tell you he's getting less. And that's supposed to sound good to the JFF that they're getting less money than Al Grimson. So the money that they paid Al Grimson is not getting that much.
Well, listen. I hear you, but there's no way of verifying that. So,
The president said that. The president said that.
Yeah, but
we can only take what he said as the thing,
In fact, I just said I hear you, but there's no way to verify what the president said.
Always.
So I don't know what the president said.
So you never ever saw the books.
So we don't have to elaborate it.
But
I guess
in future business of sports conversation that we're going to have, I'm certainly going to be raising the question: why is it that we cannot see sporting association in Jamaica's, audited statements, always? It is something, but I'm not going to talk about it.
That's a difference.
Yeah, that's a whole different topic, and we're going to raise it. But I'm putting it out there so that even our viewers here on YouTube, if they want to raise up things, drop your thing in the comment section and your questions in the comment section that you want us to talk about in regards to the business of sports and stuff like that. Not only Jamaica, but other countries, if you want us to have a look at their thing and how they do it. I know it can better even other Caribbean territories or other countries or things like that. Because those things, when government is funding anything at all, we're supposed to know where every single tax dollar is going or it is spent and why it is spent for what it is spent for. So that's how I feel about the whole thing and that kind of operation. So when you ask the president how much the money is being paid, it can't be a secret. This is a public office. So there's no secret in regards to it. Them doing the thing like it's a secret, like, oh, I can't tell you that. Oh, I'm not going there. Oh, he's just going to be paid less. So what? Why should we as fans support you there?
Yeah,
you can't even know what's going on in the business part of the thing.
Now I hear you, but we have another third initiative, right?
Yeah.
That we need to. Yeah. What's the third one that you were going to discuss?
That's in the news. Of course, Canada qualified for they went to today, I think, for the quarterfinals or the semifinals of the women's football in the Olympics. So, they were able to overcome, even though the 6 points deficit that they had to, overcome. They were able to overcome that and still pull through. So, in all of the scandal that is going around, to which, sometimes I just feel like when countries like Canada, do stuff like that, it almost come like an elimination process. Because why would you do something like that? Why would you do something like that? Spying on a country that you literally, and I'm going to say this, and it's not that I have any kind of thing towards a country, and I'm not trying to belittle a country, but if you know that you're better than a country, why you go through so much problem? You breaking the rules. You are the one who is at the top team, if people supposed to be spying on Canada, not Canada spying on countries.
Okay, I hear you.
They're the better team. Come on. You can imagine Brazil spying on Jamaica in regards to playing a game. Oh, come cheese the shark, man. He's the thing.
The Canadian coach moving like Bill Belichick, man. Moving like Bill Belichick from the Patriots. Spying on people
they really need to do better than that. And that's very shameful, man. It's very, 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 very shameful. Very, very shameful. Yeah. And start to really even hear that is happening. But yeah. But that's what's happening in the news right now. Yeah. So, we're going to go over to our feature right now that we're talking about the business of sports arena. And of course, we're going to get into, when you talk about business, money have to always be mentioned. And of course, the Olympics, the Paris Olympics is right here on us right now. The big things happening, the swimming meets happening, the big stars coming out, the records will roll and tumble. But one of the things coming out this week in regards to the news is the whole thing about bonuses or payments or compensation, whatever financial term you want to use to it. But one of the things that shocked me the most, and I know you tell me that, boys, that this country have more, but is the US paying $34,000 for a gold medal in terms of a bonus to an athlete. So I know Elias not really get no money. So when the NFL players there, the NBA players, them tell themselves, but you don't really are competing in a world championship, not it's supposed to feel a way because you really not getting a professional pay. And for you not to be getting any kind of professional pay for the sport that you're in, you're really not up against the best opponent in the world. That's what he's saying. But I know what he's saying, and what he's saying is true.
Well, yes, but Rich, but this is what I'm seeing for the notable associations payment for gold medal. So United States, I'm seeing $37,500 for a gold medal. Mm-hmm. Canada, $14,608. France, $85,960. Australia, $13,340. Spain, 101. Italy, 193,000. And Germany, 21,490. So those are some of the notable payouts that we're seeing. Obviously,
but don't leave out Japan. Don't leave out Japan, who's paying over 700,000.
Okay.
And Singapore, who is paying over 107 over 700,000. So
this is what I want to say. Right? Obviously, you want to motivate your athletes for them to go and get the gold medal, which is significant at the Olympics. Now, it might be a situation where some of the countries with large teams who normally win regular gold medals don't think that they should be paying as much money as a Japan or or Singapore, because if they were going to put a figure like that, then they'll be paying out a lot of money. So they give something that's reasonable, right, for the athletes that can make it to that level and win gold medals. So maybe that's some of the thinking behind it in terms of the dollar figure for some of the teams.
But when you think about Italy, I see here Italy paying 213 for a gold medal, 107 for a silver medal, 71,000 for a bronze medal. That is Italy with a big team
Okay.
coming to the Olympics all the time.
Well,
You know,
no, well, yeah,
so,
but still, but remember, like, cause if when the Jamaica got our first gold medal at the Olympics, it was Dan
mhm,
Hemmings, right? 96 Olympics,
gold medal,
right? Right.
yes.
So yeah, first gold medal. So it might be they send teams or they send persons to participate at the Olympics, but but how much gold medals are they getting? Are they getting more silver, more bronze? Are they picking up like one or two gold medals? So it depends on how large the team is, and it depends on the situation in terms of how they make that assessment in terms of how much to pay out.
Hey, Orion, we're talking about the United States of America with the largest economy in the world,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yeah, but still, it's still yeah.
When you think about sports, when you think about sports in the US, right? When you think about sports in the US, think about the NBA and the NFL and golf and tennis and the amount of money they pay out to.
Yes.
Hey, listen, the NBA in the US,
Yeah,
each
but
player for a
yeah,
club
but Rich. Yeah.
earnings is it's not even $700,000,
No, I hear you, but
even for a night.
yeah, man, but remember,
Yeah,
yeah, I hear you,
and
but remember, yeah,
a
but
club
also
team
important.
can pay that. So just imagine out of the national team, this is the American sports budget. Olympics is a big sport in
Yeah,
America, barring what people want to think. It's a big thing in the USA. It's just that in Eastern countries, more fans come out to support things like the Olympics and track and field and that kind of a thing. Yes, but in terms of funding for sports, America have huge sporting budgets. Huge sporting budgets. I just have a problem with the old sport of track and field and that area of the sport that they feel like. You see the thing, Orion, the whole thing with track and field, it come out of an amateur, and the Olympic thing has always been an amateur thing up until now, because it's just of recent times that Olympics is becoming more of because it's just now they're giving $50,000 to winners. So it is still not viewed as a professional thing in terms of participation of athletes at the Olympics. The World
well,
Championships
I
was a
well,
newer it was a newer thing, and they've been paying out money and they've been increasing every time. But the Olympics still not even start to view the thing. Are people participation in the Olympics as a professional thing, right? I know
so
the
so
Olympics
this is
give
what, yeah, man, but
give funds to every country. So the World Cup
yeah,
football.
but hold up, but look at it this way. Remember, you have professional sports and amateur sports, right?
Mhm.
And I think a lot of times when we look at what's going on in professional sports, even in the United States, etc., with the NBA and other teams that participate in the Olympics, we look at it that way. Remember, from an Olympic standpoint, it's always been development and amateur to a certain extent. The professionals came into even in '92 for basketball, with the Dream Team, right after they lost a few games in the Olympics before that. So
Mhm.
from an Olympic standpoint, it it it's not a professional sport. It's for overall Olympic movement and the development of sports. So when a player or somebody or anybody is representing their country, is also from a nationalistic standpoint in terms of pride, right? Obviously, the Olympic associations, they do offer funding, and they fund development wise whatever is going on within that country, whatever
Mhm.
sport is prominent or not. They still fund it to try and get those persons to
Mhm.
the Olympics, which is also what happened from a Jamaican standpoint.
Yeah.
So if you understand the way it's coming from, and the way it's situated, there's a distinction to be made in terms of professional league that's laid out
Mhm.
versus what the Olympic movement is, right? And the Olympic movement,
But
of course,
hear
incorporates
my
all
take on
sports.
that. Hear my
So,
take on that front
so
no Orion.
I go have you make I go have you make it take.
Yeah.
So when you're having a event like the Olympics,
Mhm.
right? And it's not only track and field that's represented, and it's not only basketball that's represented, but all sports across the
Yeah.
world.
Mhm.
Now, if there's a view that track and field athletes should be compensated, I don't think that's a view or all athletes should be compensated. I don't think that's a view that's held by the IOC in regards
Mhm.
to that. But I think what they've said is that if your association, for example, like IWF, that believes that there should be some compensation to those athletes that are running, then they should do that, which is what has been done for this particular Olympics. So
Mhm.
I think we should make the distinction between what goes on at the Olympic level versus what goes on the professional circuit and
Mhm.
also professionally at an event like the World Championships for track and field, which is more of a professional type situation.
All right. Here my take on the whole thing of the professionalship and the amateur thing. Right now, the Olympics is having qualifying standard. So you as an athlete, you have to make a certain standard to come to the Olympics. The Olympics used to be, right, that as long as you win for your country, right, and you make your country team, you participate at the Olympics. Now the Olympics have said them can't run them business like that anymore. They want you to make the qualifying standard like the World Championship. Right. So what they're asking athletes to do is to become
Yeah,
much more professional than they have been. Now you can want athletes to
well,
become much more
I,
professional, train for 4 years, and at the end of 4 years, you just give them a little round thing and send them on them way to them yard, and the country now give them nothing either. Right? And then it's just for pride.
yeah,
Pride
but
is not in sports anymore. Pride is when you can achieve
I hear
something
you.
from home. You know, we don't want things happen
Yeah,
to
yeah, but I hear you. But
like where I say happen to Bonnie Grant in Jamaica, that people have to jump up going to
I hear you. I
murder
hear you.
guy, right?
But what?
Them thing that can't be, man.
Yeah,
Pride
but
must be
what I'm
that you take
saying,
care of your people. You
I
take
agree.
care of your
I think you
people,
should
man.
take care of people. But what I'm saying
Yeah.
to you, but what I'm saying to you is, yeah, but what I'm saying to you is this. Um, if you're talking about, you said qualifying times, you're talking for
Mhm.
track or you're talking
Standard
for
and
what?
times.
Right. So, but what I'm okay. So what I'm saying, if you're talking about track, majority of those athletes that's running are already professional athletes running on the circuit, right? So which means that whatever is set up has to do with what's going on already professionally. So we need to make the distinction that a lot of these athletes are already competing, are already professional.
Yes.
No, if we're talking about other sports, where persons are trying to get to the Olympics,
Mhm.
whatever qualifying situation, it might be different. And even if we're talking about Olympics versus other games in the world, it might be different because
Mhm.
for certain sports, it might be that you're allowed to participate based on the fact that they invite you, or vice versa, right?
Mhm.
So it all depends on the sport. If we're talking about strict track and field, obviously based on how professional that sport is, right? There you have to meet certain times or you won't get in. So that in itself takes in how professional that sport is. So from that standpoint, that's
Mhm.
where the differentiation is. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, man. But it's you see the thing, and the growth that I have Orion is that every single now they have introduced every single sport at the Olympic level. You have to meet a standard to participate. One time you could find athletes from all kind of country entering the 100 meters. So it was a dream of people to come represent them country,
Yeah, but
whether or not they can run
I
12
hear.
seconds or they can run 10 seconds. They come out and represent the
Yeah,
country.
but
That time, that says to me
yeah,
that the
but
whole thing is an
yeah, but I
amateur
hear.
level, but once you're asking me as a professional
No,
to
but
come and participate in your event, then you must be looking at me as a professional. You can't ask me to come
no.
and perform at your
Yeah, no,
amateur
wait.
event as a
I
professional.
but
Somebody read
but
read
what
for
I'm
the
no, no,
rewards,
no, but what I'm saying to you,
hmm
yeah, I hear you. But obviously, the Olympics is a global event, like the biggest event in the
So
world,
and
right?
so if you
So
ask
what
the
I'm
NBA players, they
so
will
hold
say the
on.
same thing too. If you ask the NFL players, they will
No,
say the
man.
same thing too.
No,
If you
they
ask the
can't.
World Cup organization, they will say the same thing too.
You know,
If you
all right,
ask
anyway, but
if you ask Cricket World Cup, they will say the same thing. If you think
no,
you
I hold
set
on.
a
I
sport
said, all right. So listen, what I'm saying.
that
All
has
right,
a
yeah, all right,
championship.
fine. Yeah, what I'm saying, we can pick and choose and debate.
Mm-hmm.
Well, but what I'm saying is that for in terms of for the Olympics, because you keep reflecting on track and field, the reason why if track and field wasn't at the level where it was
Mm-hmm.
professionally, then you wouldn't have those strict times or that's been adhered to in regards to standards. The reason for that is because it's a professional sport at a very high level. So which means for you to get to the Olympic Games, you have to be top of the top. So if somebody is in Kenya and want to be I want to be world champion in the 100 meters, they go have to prove themselves. And it's not just about them making the Olympics; they're gonna be on the circuit, etc. And based off that, they develop, and they would probably be the fastest person in their country. And if they're running a fast time, they'll get a chance. It's about that. So I don't, yeah. So, but that's what I see. We have any other topics? Richard there? Hello? Yeah, I'm not sure. I think. Go ahead.
Yeah, so my final
We're
thoughts
back
on it,
now.
Arian, is not that I'm asking the Olympic Association to fund the athletes and the training and all of that. I know the Olympic Solidarity Program has been going for many years, and I know that. What I'm saying is that sports in general right now must be viewed, and all sports right across the world must be viewed as a professional thing. There's no amateur thing anymore because everything now, everybody train hard. Technology is involved in every single sport that you can think about, right? People work with many different ways, and you're asking people to put their bodies on the line in a serious way. So people not competing as if it's just for fun or for national pride anymore.
I
This
hear
is
you. But
work. This is real work, right? So I would want to think that
for some
countries need
sports,
to understand that they need to support the people, and if they're not supporting the people, whenever the people coming out to perform, you have to pay them well, right? And we need to stop looking at the thing from an amateur level. There's no amateur sport anymore. Every sport have an history. Every sport has been going on for a while. People doing this for a serious business. People putting out serious money to get themselves ready for competition. And when you go and put up 30,000 and all of that kind of a thing, that's nothing, man. That's nothing. Preparing for an event, 30,000, that's no money. That's nothing at all. Right? And that's why even track and field before Usain Bolt, the thing was being the youngsters them now want to come out. I mean, a man come run for him high school and maybe in college and him no want to go no further. It done right there, so because going further is asking him to sacrifice, another career that he would want to have, because you can't be involved in sports and having another career most of the times. You can't. It's either your career or the sports. But if you're going to do the sports, it has to be paying and paying well too, or you can't do it. It's just not going to happen. Youngsters not going to
yeah,
come out to support it
I
or
hear you.
to participate.
Yeah, I hear you. All I'm saying is that like a lot of the sports that you're talking about, a lot of them they're not necessarily professional, meaning that they have a pro league, for example, like the NBA or like track and field in terms of Diamond League. So you have to assess each sport in regards to that, in regards to professionalism versus the amateur setup. And even some of the, even if you look in regards to what goes on in regards to that, you know, not everybody's at that level. So from a holistic standpoint, the Olympics has to try and cover everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
They can raise the money, man, and they have the
And
money.
we understand that we understand that there's NBA is professional,
Yeah.
right? We understand that Jack is professional in terms of Diamond League, but
Mm-hmm.
not everybody is at that level and has a league like that that's generating
Yeah.
millions. So yeah, we still have everybody, you know. So you have to be a bit more holistic. But I understand your point. All
Yeah,
right,
man.
so
So
that's the end of it for tonight, or
yeah, that's the end of it for tonight. But we wanted to drop your comments in the comment section and let us know what you think. Should sports Olympic or Olympians be paid much more by their countries, or should they bring the standard up to a professional level in terms of monetizing the whole thing? Because unlike track and field, there's a lot of the different sporting discipline that doesn't get any money at all, and very little. In some part of the world, it is. It all depends on the sport. Is been paid good, because table tennis in some part of the world, they earn good money. Table tennis in another part of the world doesn't earn anything at all. So let's know what you think about our conversation this evening. So leave your comments, like and subscribe to the videos, and let us know what you think as we bring another sporting feature to you. And Orion, I just want to let them know that we're going to be doing a lot of different features. So we'll be looking at, of course, the business of sports. We're going to be looking at sports technology. We're going to be looking at, I think I raised the one with the Orion sports
fitness and
fashion.
health?
Yeah, we're going to looking at about
Yes,
fitness and
fitness and
health.
health.
Of course, we're going to be having a coaches corner
Yes.
that be talking about different coaching techniques and that kind of a thing that has been used, and looking at different things that happen in the sport as well, and the different rules that comes up from time to time that we can have a look at, because as we go along and as the technology improve, there is always new things being implementing into the different sporting discipline to make the sport better. Some would say that it is going to hamper the sport, but it doesn't. So we'll be bringing you different features and different times as we look at sports in a holistic way, as we try to learn ourselves, and even having a conversation to see if we can spur the discussion and to spur the whole thing about the reason why we love sports.
All
Yeah,
right. So
Owen.
all I'm saying is that for in terms of a sport being professional in whatever country it is, I think that basically pushes from Olympic level, the type of help that they can get. So, but I understand the overall sentiments.
Yeah. All right. So again, like and subscribe to our channel. We're getting up to 100 subscribers. I want you to help us to get there quickly. And of course, after the 100 target, we're going to move to maybe 200 or in, and see if we can get to 200 target, in a shorter time as possible. We thank you very much for going on, liking our page here on Sport Globe, and for subscribing to our page, and keep following us and send us your comments. Let us know what you think and how you feel about what we are doing here, and how can we even do it better. This is another in a series of sporting features here on Sports Club. Thanks for joining us.